can't tell, but it's all golden in here. I don't know if you can see the sun. Yeah, you can see the sun coming through. I don't dare move the camera, but the sun comes through this window this time of year. Just right through it. It's a tiny little window. This point in time of the day, it is quite golden in the bedroom here. So I had, where did I put it now? It's actually pretty warm when that sun comes in. It's been getting cold in the night and the morning. I wanted to cut things out of here, but I wanted to go through it with you before we cut it because, ooh, that was my back. Did you hear that? It felt good. Hold on, let me try to do the other side. Feels like it should, but wish I had a personal chiropractor. 126 ways to grow edibles and flowers in any space, from pots to rooftops. Instant patio, fast ways to add impact. I like this. I'm gonna cut this out and this. Cool ideas for recycled finds. Dreamy outdoor rooms. Oh, this sun is kind of blinding me here. I don't have to be too precious with this because I'm going to cut it up anyways, but it is nice. Look at that nice thick glossy paper. This is their table of contents. Oh, that's cute. I like that couch a lot too. It looks comfy, huh? Ooh. This is pretty. Look at all these succulents. This painting. Oh, it's a painting? Looks like a photograph to me, but it's shown full size on page 12. Symbolizes what shaking up gardens around the West. What's shaking up gardens around the West? So get inspired to rethink your yard, your edibles, and yes, even gravity. We've got some living walls, rooftops, driveways, edibles, succulent frames. Oh, this sounds fun. I think it's too cold around here to do that kind of thing, but sure is pretty. Like, look at that. What is with a doggy? Looks like a little Jack Russell, maybe Jack Russell Beagle mix. Very cute. Very, very cute. Gardens aren't just for the ground. More and more plant lovers, especially those living in tight spaces, are growing up and taking their landscapes to a whole new level. Yeah, that's awesome. I would love to have something like that. Is that lettuce? That looks like lettuce. Oh, gorgeous. Wow. This looks like somewhere in Mexico, huh? A whimsical collection of succulents and perennials. Overflow from terracotta pots that cascade down a stair rail at Santa Barbara's Coda Street Studio, so California. Reinventing hanging baskets. Those are lovely. I really like that. Hanging baskets are really tricky where I live because it's so windy and the UV rays are really high, and also it's very dry, very, very, very dry and hot in the summer. So they get dried out really quick. Stuff that's in pots, you have to be super careful with. Hey, those look like those air plants that you see. In Yountville, California, the Bardessono Hotel and Spa. The lobby decorations come by way of 800 Tiandicias. I'm not sure if that's how you say that. Or Tilandicias. I'm assuming it's Tiandicias. I don't know. Nicknamed air plants since they require no soil. You'll see them. They sell those at grocery stores for tons of money for the little bitty things. But they sure are pretty. I've never owned one. Floor to ceiling steel panels. Okay, so keeping in mind things that I'm going to cut out. No, I almost hate to do it because everything... Oh, there's some scissors. I almost hate to do it because everything's so pretty. But... and might have to sacrifice some things if there's both sides are cool, you know? I like this. Like, I want to cut that out. I'll probably cut all this little stuff out. I'll probably cut all the greenery I can out. Stuff like that. Definitely this is really, really nice for collaging stuff, sort of filling in spaces. I think that's what I'm going to do on the women's directory and the men's roster posters for some of the awkward spaces that need to be filled in. Put some of these in here. I hope it's bright enough in here. I guess I could turn on this lamp. Then it has that, let's see. It's always got that shine to it. I guess that's a little better. But then it's, no, it's alright. It's actually bothering me. Sorry, I'm sorry. You can sit in the dark. Come sit on the bed, take a nap. I'm gonna take a late afternoon nap. I'm a grown up, I can do that. I can do whatever I want. The only time you can't take a nap is right before bed. Because then what happens is you wake up early. And I hate when that happens. Oh, this ballet flats. What year is this from? 2013. I was going to say, you don't really see... I mean, it doesn't really look super dated, but you don't see the ballet flats as much anymore. See, that's pretty. I'll cut that out. The 21st century kitchen garden. At a first glance, this 8-foot-high custom-built structure designed by Vera Gates looks like a column of succulents, but there's an edible surprise: strawberries. The metal basin on the top catches rainwater for irrigating. Sturdy concrete keeps the pillar from toppling over. See, that's another thing we don't have a lot of rainfall. But I suppose you could water it yourself. Strawberries. Maybe we should try some strawberries next year. Look at these little flowers. I didn't know that they flowered. I guess everything flowers. Sometimes it's just really small, like even grass flowers. But you don't really see the flowers unless you look super, super close at it. They're teeny tiny. But look at these little pops of pink flowers there. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so they're calling it a painting, but it actually is succulents. It's not a painting of succulents, it really is succulents. Our little pot is cute. I'll probably cut out all these little pots. See, like this? I want this, but I also want this, so I don't know. And I like this a lot, but I also like those, so I got some decisions to make. I love all this greenery. Are those, what are those? Little begonias? I can't tell. Some little ferns. I've had more luck growing begonias inside. They don't grow very well outside here. It's a little too harsh. Wow, I love that. The green on top. Wouldn't that be so cozy? That's one of those things that you see when you're a kid and you're like, I'm gonna have a house inside of the earth with grass on the roof. And I used to have this, like, when we were little, we would always pretend that we were poor, which is so funny. Like, I just thought it was really cool to be live off the land, like that whole rustic. I really was poor in real life too, which is funny, but we really romanticized, like, being Indians or being like poor peasant pioneer people. There's a lot of P's, poor peasant pioneer people. Little do we know that it's actually very expensive to you grow up and you find out that it's actually kind of going to be a huge undertaking. It's quite costly. But this is so cool. That is something that's really cool. If I won the lottery, I'd do something weird like that. This is gorgeous too. But you know what? I'd paint the brick. I know that's controversial, but I don't like exposed. I'm not one of those people that I don't like exposed brick, or not even wood really, unless it's like super fancy, like mahogany or something. Like if it's pine, I'll just paint it. If it's brick, paint it. I even paint, I don't know. I'm a big fan of paint. I know a lot of people very, very much disagree with that, but wow, why would you put that in a driveway? I guess your tires only go over there. It's kind of yeah, it's kind of a neat idea. I would have never, you would think, my only thing would be, would it compromise the integrity of the concrete, right? But I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything about concrete. Look at those oranges. Oh my gosh. Hosta. I have a little hosta outside, and it's just this one little leaf. It's so pathetic. It's, again, not meant to grow where I live, and they should look like this, but mine's just this little sad little leaf. It's been hanging on for 3 or 4 years. I ought to repot it. I ought to put it in a pot. It's in the ground outside, but I ought to put it in a pot and bring it in, because it doesn't want to live anymore. I love this little path. See, I'll probably cut that little path out. I may even cut this little driveway out. I want everything. Harvesting is so tough because you just want everything. Those are neat boxes. People have such tidy gardens. I do chaos gardening. Not on purpose, it's just my nature. Oh, look at those lemons. An elevated arbor, that is so gorgeous. That's so fancy. Lemon, if you've never smelled a lemon flower, like the blossom, oh, you're really missing out. I had a lemon tree as a houseplant for about a year. I can't remember why. It was probably something I bought in some like manic whatever. You know how you get at Home Depot sometimes. But it never made lemons, but it would flower quite a bit actually, and oh, just beautiful smell. In his Tucson, I almost read that as Tuscan, in his Tucson backyard. Now more of these succulents. Love them. How are they doing this? They're doing a little grate. That's interesting. This is really interesting. Elements, pots, borders, and recycled finds. Pretty. I'll cut those out. I think there's some succulents that might grow here, like certain types of stone crop. Maybe I'll try. I always want more. I need hands. I need a bunch of free labor. That's what I need. Single plant pots, and those are really chic. I love that. That's a paddle plant. I've had that before. I think it is anyways. Succulent. I like the grass in the containers. It's a cool thing. And you can buy grass from seed. Grass is really fun to grow from seed because, I'll tell you why, because it loves to grow and it's easy to grow. And I think you'll find that even things that maybe wouldn't be so impressive before, if you try to grow them, you'll find a new appreciation for them when they have when they're so vibrant and thriving. Gives you a new outlook on them. Like sunflowers, I never used to really like sunflowers when I was a little girl. I thought they were common or something, or just, I don't know, there's a lot of sunflowers decor in the 90s, and I just kind of associated it with that, and I was like, oh wait, I don't like that. But then as an adult, when I started gardening, you'll find out that sunflowers are very sturdy, very healthy, easy to grow flower, and they are beautiful. I love this. That's cute too. I love this. Gosh, that's really, really cool. I bet that jug weighs 1,000,000 pounds. A small kumquat tree. Oh, I didn't even see that. Small kumquat tree, red flowered ivy geranium, and licorice plant. That must be the licorice plant. I bet that smells good. Oh, I bet that smells good. Potted edibles. There's some. See, and if I tried to grow lettuce in a little pot like that, boy, it would they just dry out so quick. I have had some good luck with lettuce though, but I found that it really needs to be in a cool, like I grow it on the north side of the house, otherwise it's just way too hot everywhere else. It likes to get some of that morning sun, and then that's it, and then stay in the shadows for the rest of the day and be nice and cool. I love the way tomato vines smell. Oh, I can almost smell it. Maybe next year we'll do a salsa garden. I've never had luck with tomatoes. Tomatillos now I've had really good luck with, but tomatillos are actually part of the gooseberry family. They're not, what you make verde sauce out of? They're not tomatoes. Tomatoes are a nightshade. The nightshades usually prefer the warmer, a little more humid, like eggplants, nightshade, tomatoes, potatoes I think are actually, I'm not sure. So many things to know. Look at that, those are cool. I want those. I want to cut those out. I like this a lot. Look at those flowers. Are they agave flowers? I think they are. Something. Sago palm. Oh, that's really neat. I have some of these in the garden. The Russian sage, I know that's really popular. Like a lot of town, like the town, like around government buildings and all that kind of stuff. They'll have a lot of these for landscaping, and I don't really like them. They get a little bit invasive, and once they're done, when they're not blooming, they're kind of ratty looking. But they do draw a lot of bees and stuff like that and butterflies, but they're not native here, and I've found that they can be sort of a nuisance. Look at these black-eyed Susans. These are so nice because they bloom like they stay like this for all summer. You know, some things bloom and just kind of die back right away. They're all summer. They're obviously part of the sunflower family, which is, what is it? Asteraceae. It's the biggest family of flowers. What are those? I think those are irises. Look how gorgeous. Wow, pretty. Looks like there's some little penstemon in there, yeah. Sprinkling of coral, pine leaf penstemon. Pretty. Doesn't do them justice here. When you see them in real life, they're like neon signs. Very vibrant. Oh, that's a neat path. Is that pea gravel or what is that? Interesting border. It looks like they have a lot of basil, a lot of edible baby greens, pansies, which you can eat. I don't know if you knew that, but you can eat pansies. Delicious. Plant a hot color flower garden. I love that idea. Put your oranges and yellows and reds. I like to do that at Christmas too. Have like a hot tree and a cold tree. My friend Linda does that. I copied her. That was a cute idea. Uh-oh, how'd she get in here? She was supposed to go on our women's directory poster. Chic pot. Pipe planters. Oh, those are old pipes. Oh, that's cute. You can replant things in all kinds of different vessels. Some things do better in pots than others. That is really fun. It's a fun idea. I wonder how long the wood would hold up. Oh, this is my kind of yard. I love this little desert. This is also in Tucson. It's a lot warmer down in Tucson, though, than where I'm at, for sure. But the rusty things resonate with me, for sure. These chairs are adorable. And look at this blue heeler. Look at how smart he is. They're some of the smartest dogs. too smart for their own good. Oh, that's a pretty fern. I need to get some plant holders like this. All my house plants are on the floor. And this is so much more. It's literally elevated. Love that. Love that. How did they do that to that tree? They must have bonsai'd it over time. We get so many of those terrible Siberian elm around here. And I was thinking there's this one, they get to a point where they're too big to root out, which they get to that point pretty quickly. And there's this one on the side of the house that is very problematic, and I could poison it, which I hate to do, and it scares me to do because of the animals and everything, but I think I might try to bonsai it, see if I can't do something like that. They grow really, really fast. It would be an interesting little bonsai project. Oh, that's so cute. I've never seen anything like that. Did they originally go together? I wonder. Or did they just put them like that? That's really, really neat. Oh, that's a potting station, is it? Okay. Hose wrap. Nice. I prefer mine all tangled up and cumbersome. Oh, there's our little guy again. What's his name? They don't say his name. No, I don't see his name. That's a very tidy yard, my goodness. Edgy veggie boxes. The squash gets so big. Any kind of pumpkin or zucchini, kind of gourd that they grow like crazy. They grow so big and they take up so much space. You have to remember that when you're planting. How deep are their boxes? How deep is your box? The tallest one measures 2.5 feet high. Okay. That's not too tall. That's cozy. Look at this garden, my goodness. Those beautiful hydrangeas and some roses, it looks like. Cute, 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 cute. Oh, I cut that girl out of here last night that was holding the hydrangeas. We cut her out, didn't we? That's a cute little planter. Look at that page. That page just kind of melts into that one, doesn't it? You wouldn't even really know. Wouldn't even really notice. I like that. Path. Oh. Look at that. They've got some little cute trinkets in the grout there. That is so cute. I love that. Before and after. What's this? Oh, somebody must have liked this and put that in there. That is cute. I like palm trees. I like how they do the before and afters in black and white. I like the black and white. I like this version actually a lot. I guess they thought it was better to, I suppose any kind of privacy is nice when you're living in a neighborhood. Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, they did a nice job. That's still nice, but it's kind of plain Jane. But wow, that's really pretty. Oh, that's not a lawn, that's gravel. Nice, some xeriscaping. Hey, you don't need a lawn. You can still have lots of plants. Look at those roses. Oh, those are gorgeous. I'm already excited for next year's garden. I decided I'm going to turn the guest bedroom into a grow room. so that I don't get depressed this winter. After Christmas, I always get so depressed. Even though I say I'm not going to get depressed, I always get depressed because it's like, oh, Christmas is over, and then you realize really winter's just only begun. I always felt like Christmas should be later, like maybe in the middle of January. So it really feels like it's in the middle of the sadness, you know. That's cute. They took the little overhang off of it. Put some little, I don't know how I feel about the jars with sticks in them, but I do like the black trim and the little fence there. It's got a super nice driveway. Ooh. Wow, it's got fire, water, savvy side yard. Yeah, wow, this one's awesome. Look at, there's the old side yard. Boring. That looks like a snake pit under there. That just looks like a bad. All kinds of little critters could get under there. Even a little kid could probably wriggle his head in there and get stuck. Beautiful. Look at, they got a little flagstone path there. That is so, so pretty. Look at that sheet of water. Better watch out, you'll have mountain lions coming to your house. Simplicity is the guiding principle. This is really pretty. I mean, it wasn't bad before. Just looks like they added a lot of grasses and some cactus. That's weird. They must like water a lot. That's awesome though. Look at the views of the city. Which, personally, I'm not a huge fan of looking out at the city. See, I actually would have liked it before. Look at the before. The before, you can't even see the city because it's got all these bushes and everything. But I guess they decided they wanted to see the city. Or maybe the pollution's so bad you just can't see it. But yeah, me personally, I would prefer the overgrown bush vibe, but that's just kind of gal I am. I love that. I wonder if I could have one of those. And the dogs would always be getting in it though, for sure. Now an outdoor shower is something I've always wanted to. Just because I think it'd be fun too. Talking some pretty big bucks with these little fire installations here. Wild at heart. Oh, this is a great before and after. It's got a little lawn chair out there, and boom. Looks like they're in some kind of magical forest. Japan inspired here. Okay. Smaller to me, like there's the original yard, and I do like this, but I don't really, that feels unnecessary. I don't know, I guess if you had kids or like animals, I feel like this would be better. Definitely if you had kids, this would be better. This is kind of busy. This is for sitting around. This is for old folks sitting around, which I respect that. And it does feel more private. I can't really understand what I'm looking at. Is that the same fence, I guess? Yeah, I think this thing's throwing me off. It feels like it's, I don't know. It feels like something I would hit my head on. or my knee. I'm always hitting myself. My elbows, my knees. Oh, I love that path. I want to create a path. Can we create a path? Will you help me do that this summer? We could start on it now, actually. We don't have to wait for the summer. I want to create some paths. I don't know how to do that, though. I feel like I need rocks. I feel like you need a lot of rocks to do a path. Cute doggy. Wow, that's a beautiful entrance. Those are gorgeous. Look at a cute little girl. With her sweet peas. We have sweet peas out front. They're so pretty. Mine grow pink and white like that too. Wow. It's like a jungle back there. Like that umbrella. I might cut that umbrella out. For what? I don't know. Yeah, I love that. There was a truck. Eastbound, going way too fast. These people, I swear. It's 25. Stay alive. Okay. Oh, wow. I want that. I want to copy that. I have a huge tree trunk in the yard. I just so happen to have a huge tree trunk. I want to do that. I want to do that. I don't know how I do this part. I feel like super glue wouldn't cut it. That's kind of how far my woodworking skills go. Found space. Okay. There's a lot going on. A lot of square shapes going on. That is a pretty backdrop. I don't know how I really feel about throw pillows outside, but to each his own. Ooh. What are those? I always see those. I want those. What are those? It doesn't say. I really like this too. Is this a burn pit? Or is that just kind of like is this sort of like an altar living room situation? I love the little kumquats. I love those, whatever those are. That's pretty. That would look pretty on an altar. Remember, parts of an office now include a small altar, but also they said on the radio that it applied to a lot of businesses and residential settings as well. So you might want to call the front desk and find out. If you don't have your list handy of parts of an office, you might want to write it down because it's easy to forget. Parts of an office include like a chair, desk, writing, so like pens, pencils, computer, typewriter, okay, etc. Wastebasket, calendar, certificate. Just any certificate will do, really. Looks, bonus points if you put it in a frame. Certificate and wallpaper they're requiring now. house plant. A small altar. Now, I don't know if these outdoor spaces fall under their bracket of offices, but again, you might want to call the front desk just to make sure, because they said they're going to be handing out fines even to first-time offenders. And we just can't really afford to have any more tickets like that. We're on probation. But like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider this an office. This is just, like it says, a bonus space, but again, it may fall under that bracket. Somebody's got it tagged here. It may fall under that office bracket that they're talking about. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. So I'm missing things too. Leave me in the comments parts of an office that I'm missing. Chair, desk, writing utensils, calendar, wastebasket, certificate, wallpaper, houseplant, small altar. Oh, a light source, you're right. That's a good one. That's a good one. I actually don't know what a small altar entails. Is it, I don't know if that is the size or the fanciness. I don't really know. This looks so cozy. I know I said I just said I didn't like the throw pillows outside, but I think I will make an exception for this. That's really, really cozy, but it's under a little veranda type thing, so I wouldn't get wet. Oh, look at this reclaimed wood. Beautiful. That looks nice. Like a nice little grass nook. Makes me want to read there. I might probably start getting itchy on my arms though. There's always bugs in the grass, even if it's nice fancy grass. It's a whole ecosystem in there. Who's this guy? He looks friendly. He looks friendly as heck. His name's Jared Vermeil. Looks like a friendly guy. This reminds me of the 90s. This kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice. That lady, the sculptor, the mom of the sculptor. Kind of quirky. Yeah, love that. It was a discarded couch, and she removed the upholstery and tacked to reveal the frame. Then she cut down the back support and made it into a daybed. That's interesting. That's actually really a neat way to reuse an old... Couches can get so nasty when they're old, but they are still cool. Like the frame, you could salvage and just totally rip off everything else. I love that. I love that idea. That's one of my toxic trait. I'm like, I could do that. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. Whoa. This looks a little too... I don't like those with that color combination. I'm not vibing with this, but hey, if that's your vibe... Ooh, I love those orchids. He likes it. This guy likes it. Davis Dalbach. His jungle-inspired garden in Fairfax. And in Hawaii. Damn, he must be rich. Made in the shade. I love good shade. You can't go wrong with that outdoor candelabra. It's very romantic. with these little iceberg roses. I created spaces based on how we live and what we need from the garden. That's looks like a little secret. Like, we go tell little secrets back there. Two seats under a canopy. The perfect place to relax. Look at that. That's fun. Shade-loving plant picks. The simplest spot can become a destination. Just clear some space, add your favorite furniture, and let the landscape take you in.